Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine at your home. Welcome to the virtual class again. Today we are going to continue our third chapter, a pair of a linear equation in two variable, and we are going to see a question third and of exercise 3.3. A third question is totally based on a problematic sum. What is a problem sums? It means directly any equations or anything is not given. The conditions, the cases, the situations are given, and from that you have to obtain or you have to make a pair of a linear equations. A pair means again a two equation, and after getting that a pair of equation, again you have to solve and get the solution by substitution method. As I already taught you the substitution method in last lecture, it is clear in your mind about the steps of substitution method. So let's start the question number 3. And in that we are going to see the first one. In that it is given that the difference between two numbers is 26. So if the difference between the two numbers is given, it means one must be greater and the another must be smaller. And the difference between the greater number and the smaller number is 26. It means greater number minus smaller number is equal to 26. So this is our first equation. Okay, we will get a first equation from this condition. Now the second sentence is given. The one number is 3 times the other number. One number is 3 times, means multiply by 3. So one number is equal to 3 multiplied by other number. So how can we solve this problem sum? By substitution method. So first of all we have to do here supposition. Let the numbers, the two numbers are b, x and y. And where x is greater than y, it means x is a bigger number and a y is a smaller number. So as according to the first situation, the difference is 26 and here x is greater and y is smaller. So obviously x minus y is equal to 26. It means this is the first equation we obtain from this condition. Okay, so this is our first linear equation. Now, one number is 3 times the other number. As obviously the greater number is 3 times the smaller number. So here greater number is x that we already mentioned. X is equal to 3 times smaller number. So it is equal to 3y. Is it clear? So x is equal to 3y is our second equation. Now as you see here, it is directly x is equal to 3y. So we are going to use this value of x in terms of y in first equation. So substituting x is equal to 3y in first equation. So instead of x, what I have written here? 3y. And therefore after calculation y is equal to 13. And if I put y is equal to 13 in this equation, I got here x is equal to 39. And you can verify your answer also in this type of example. As it is given that the one number is 3 times other number. So as x we got 39 and y is 13. So 13 3s are 39. So our answer is right. Is it clear? Now such type of question will be asked in 2 marks mainly or maximum 3 marks, not more than that. But the condition may be changed. Here the difference is given. Then in another question it may be asked the addition of 2 numbers. It may be or 2 times or 4 times like that. The process, the steps you have to do as per this only, and you will get the proper or right answer. And after getting answer, your main work is to verify your answer. So you will be sure that that marks is for you. Is it clear? Now we will move to the next one. Now let's start the second and the third sum, problem sum of question number 3. See, these two sums are quite easy. So I am just going to explain you how to do it, and I have already done the few steps, okay, but I am not going to do whole example or getting a solution here. You have to do at your own. So second one is a larger of two supplementary angles exceeds the smaller by 18 degrees. Find them. Here first of all the supplementary angles are given. The supplementary angles means their total is 180. Okay, so if we suppose that the two angles of supplementary angles be x and y, so their total is x plus y is equal to 180, and the bigger angle, suppose we take x greater than y, so bigger is exceed 18 than smaller. It means 18 ज़्यादा है किससे, smaller number से. It means x is equal to y plus 18. So let's see here the two angles of the supplementary angles be x and y, where x is greater than y, and therefore x is equal to y plus 18. From the first condition we get this equation. Okay, as it is given that the greater angle exceeds 18 than the smaller. Now next is, as a supplementary angles are given, it means x plus y is equal to 180. Now what you have to do? You have to substitute this value of x, which is in terms of y, into this second equation. Instead of x, you have to put y plus 18, and plus y is equal to 180. Like that you have to do the steps. You will get the value y, and after getting this value y, if you put either in this equation or in this equation, you will get the value x. Is it clear? Okay, like that you have to solve the second question. Now let's move to the third one. A coach of a cricket team buys a 7 bat and 6 balls for 3800 rupees. Later, she buys 3 bats and 5 balls for rupees 1750. Find the cost of each bat and each ball. This type of example we already studied earlier, and you already know how to get the equations from that. So first of all, what we have to suppose? We have to suppose the cost of each bat and each ball, like that. Let the cost of bat, each bat, okay, is x rupees, and the cost of ball is y rupees. And from the first condition, as she buys 7 bat and 6 ball at 3800 rupees, so this will be our first linear equation. And next, it is given that she again buys 3 bat and 5 balls at 1780 rupees. So this will be our second linear equation. So from this, what you have to do? Either from this or this, you have to take, you have to express one variable into another, and then substitute the value of that variable in any other, either this or this equation. If you select this equation to convert or to express one variable into another, then that value you have to substitute here. If you select this to express a one variable into another, then for substitution you have to select this equation, as I told you in last lecture also. Is it clear? So by this way you will get a value x and y. It means a cost of a bat and cost of a ball. In both the example you can also verify your answer. Let's move to the fourth problem sum. Now let's see the fourth example. This example, I would say that this is the most important example at the point of view of examination, and mostly asking 3 or 4 mark questions. Okay, so let's see what is the data given related to the fourth example. A taxi charges in a city consist of a fixed charge together with a charge for the distance covered. If you hire any taxi, it has a fixed charge. Along with it, it has a variable charges also. A variable charges means the charges related with the distance. The distance as it is increases, the charges also increases. And along with that, the fixed charge is there. Okay, so that is the first the meaning of the first sentence. For a distance of 10 kilometer, the charge paid is 105. For 15 kilometer, the charge paid is 155 rupees. What are the fixed charge and the charge per kilometer? And the second question they ask is, how much does a person have to pay for traveling a distance of 25 kilometer? Okay, so here three things are given. First is the taxi having a fix along with the variable charge. That is the first thing. Second thing is given for 10 kilometer. It is the payment should be given is 105, and for 15 kilometer it should be 155. Then we have to find out the two answer, that is the fixed charges, variable charges, and the second one is for 25 kilometer distance how much one should be paid. So let's see how to solve such type of example. As you see here, fixed charge and variable charge is given. It means we have to start with that. We have to supposition doing related with the let the fixed charges and let the charges per kilometer. Is it clear? Okay, so let's start. Let fixed charges is equal to x rupees. Let the charges per kilometer is y rupees. And as it is given that the charges for journey of 10 kilometer is 105. It means you have to add these two things together to pay 105. So here per kilometer, how much kilometer they traveled here? 10 kilometer. So the equation will be fixed charge as x plus 10 kilometer charge, and per 10 kilometer how many variable charges have? It is y. So in short we got x plus 10y is equal to 105. This is our first linear equation. Okay, similarly we have to obtain another equation by using that the charges of journey of 15 kilometer is 155. So it means x, which is a fixed charge, plus per kilometer charge 15y is equal to 155. Is it clear? Are you getting it? Okay. Now by these two, again a pair of a linear equation, same substitution method we have to do. So here I have done with x is equal to, I have taken this 15y to the other hand. So I got x is equal to 155 minus 15y. This value of x I have to put in the first equation, and after that I got that y is equal to 10. Now this y is equal to 10, I can substitute in this equation or in this equation or in this. Okay, so here I have put this y is equal to 10 in first equation, and I got that x is equal to 5. So finally I got the get the fixed charge, which is 5 rupees, and the variable charge, which is 10 rupees. And the last question, how to solve? Charges for 25 kilometer. As here for 10 kilometer, x plus 10y. For 15 kilometer, it is x plus 15y. So what should be the equation for 25 kilometer? It is x plus 25y. Now once we got the value x and y, we substitute in this equation, and we got that 255 rupees we have to charge to travel 25 kilometer distance. Okay. Now this example is not so difficult, but once you understand, you can easily solve such type of example. Let's move to the next one. Let's see the fifth one. A fraction becomes 9 by 11 if 2 is added to both numerator and denominator. So first of all, you must got idea that here we have to suppose let numerator is x and denominator as y. See, you can take a variable, means any alphabet as a variable. Not required or not necessary that you have to take x and y only. Okay, you can take A to Z, any alphabet. Now, next is if 3 is added to both the numerator and denominator, then the fraction become 5 by 6. So these two conditions are given. So fractions become 5 by 6 if you added 3. Fraction become 9 by 11 if you added 2 on both the numerator and denominator. And then the final question is find the fraction. As you know, the fraction must have a numerator and denominator. So let the numerator is x and the denominator is y. So finally the fraction is x by y. From the first condition, as it is given that if we added 2, added means addition, added 2 on both numerator and denominator, then the fraction will be 9 by 11. Okay. Now here it is added 2. It means you have to do addition. If it is given that if it is subtracted by 2, then you have to do minus. Is it clear? Now, from this, what we have to do? We have to do the cross multiplication method to get the first linear equation from the first case or condition. Now, we will get the second one by using the second condition, in which it is given that 3 is added to the numerator and the denominator, and finally by this way we got the fraction 5 by 6. Again you can do a cross multiplication method to get the equation. So this is 6x minus 5y plus 3 is the second equation. Now from this equation, second equation, I convert or express y in terms of x in terms of y. So here I got x is equal to 5y minus 3 by 6. Now substitute this value x in equation 1 or 2 as you wish. Here I have put this value x in equation 1. So here it is by 6, you can see. See, it is not just important that you have to just obtain the equation, but calculation is also very important. If you do any wrong calculation, you will not get the right answer. Is it clear? So here in this it is 5y minus 3 by 6. So here I have to take LCM of 6. So I multiply these two, both the term with 6. So here 11 into 5, 55. 11 into 3, 33. So 55 minus 33 and minus 9 6 are 54y plus 6 4 are 24 is equal to 0. Is it clear? Okay, you got this point? How to do a cross multiplication, got the equation, substitution and doing the calculation by taking LCM. And finally I got y is equal to 9. And then 5 is equal to 9. I can put or substitute in either this or this or this. Okay, here I have put y is equal to 9 in equation 1. So finally again I got x is equal to 7. So as x is a numerator and y is a denominator, my final answer would be like this. A fraction is equal to x by y, it means it is 7 by 9. Isn't it easy? The same question, it may be not asked in exam, but similar to this, if may be asked, I hope you can able to do. Let's see the last one. Now let's solve the last problem sum of question number 3. Here it is given that 5 years hence, it means 5 years ago. 5 years before, sorry. 5 years hence, the age of a Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. तो Jacob का जो his present age we have to suppose here, and we have to suppose along with it his son's present age. Okay, we have already done this type of example. So 5 years after means we have to do plus. So if we take a Jacob as a x and his son as a y, so we have to add in both term 5 plus 5 plus 5. And here it is given that a 5 year hence the age of Jacob will be 3 times of the age of his son. And the 5 years ago, it means before, 5 saal pehle, it means we have to do a subtraction. Jacob's age was 7 times of his son. What are their present age? As we know that here we have to apply the same process, Same method for the substitution process to get the final answer. But main important thing, how to get a pair of a equation or linear equation. So let's see here. Let the present age of Jacob is x years and the present age of his son is equal to y years. Now both the conditions are given. 5 years hence means 5 years after, and 5 years ago means before 5 years. So 5 years hence the age of Jacob is 3 times the age of his son. So 5 years hence means 5 साल के बाद उसका Jacob का कितना साल होगा? X plus 5. And what will be the age of his son? Y plus 5. And it is given that the age of Jacob will be 3 times the age of his son. And after simplification, you will get that x minus 3y minus 10 is equal to 0 is our first linear equation. Similarly, we have to obtain the second linear equation from the second condition. Here it is given that 5 years ago means pehle, the Jacob is equal to 7 times of his son. It means x minus 5 is equal to 7 times of y minus 5. Is it clear? Now again do simplification and you will get a second linear equation which is x minus 7y plus 30 is equal to 0. Now I am using this second equation for the substitution, or for the I can use it for the express x variable in terms of y. So here I have selected this one to express x in terms of y. So here I got x is equal to minus 30 plus 7y. Now I am going to substitute this value x in equation 1, and after calculation or simplification I got that y is equal to 10, and this y is equal to 10 I have put here again in first equation, and I got that x is equal to 40. Hence by this way we can say that the present age of Jacob is 40 and the present age of his son is equal to 10. After getting answers, you should verify your answer, okay, to confirm your marks. Is it clear? Okay. Now by this way, such type of example must maybe asked in 3 or 4 marks question. And this is our last example of exercise 3.3. So we are going to see another method, elimination method, which is a second algebraic method to solve the pair of a linear equation, and that we will see in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye, have a nice day.